How's it going, YouTube? Reed here, back with another video and a terribly cringy intro. Today I'm going to try to answer the question of what is the best keyboard setup for not only gaming but also streaming. I've been trying to answer this question now for quite some time, and I've been doing a lot of research on what are really good keyboards that are not only going to perform really well while gaming but also give you great performance during streaming, which mainly consists of being really quiet so your mic does not pick up key clicking. The common answer right now is to pretty much just go with red switches. Those are pretty much the standard. They're pretty quiet. Some people are now going with the Razer orange switches, the Stealth Black Widow keyboard, I think it's called. Now, I am a big fan of build quality, and while Razer does make decent equipment, and you know, there's some other decent peripheral companies out there. I mean, I have a regular Razer Black Widow sitting on my desk right now with green switches, but I really wanted to see if I could go with Corsair, and I really wanted to see if I could set something up with Corsair because I have heard amazing things from Corsair. So what I've ordered right here in these boxes that I'm gonna open up right here is what I think is going to be and perform as the best keyboard setup for streaming, and then also while gaming. It's gonna give you the biggest advantage while gaming, and I'll explain why I think that as well. So without any further ado, let's get into the unboxing of this stuff and take a look at it.
So what I ended up ordering is the K95 Platinum Rgb keyboard with Cherry MX speed switches, and then I also got a set of MGA O-rings, which you'll see me open right here. The speed switches are already known for being pretty damn quiet, but I figured I'd try to get the O-rings and take it to the next level. That is pretty much everything I ordered. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here. This isn't a total review video, but I do get a little bit of a close-up on the hardware here.
Okay, I honestly have not the slightest idea how that's all gonna look. I literally was using my bed as the spot to put my camera. Yeah, don't judge me. Okay, this is what we got here. I've never opened up a Corsair peripheral in my life, but as you can see, we went ahead and got the K95 Rgb Platinum keyboard. Now, I've probably already said this in some sort of voiceover, but this has speed switches, and the reason why I went with speed switches is to get the gaming performance aspect of the keyboard down that I was talking about. Really, any sort of Cherry MX switch is going to do you just fine, but these have a extremely short activation distance, which means it doesn't take much to press these keys, which means your reaction to hitting the buttons is going to be that much faster because the key literally has to travel almost half the distance. Most Cherry MX switches, I believe, have a 2mm activation distance. These have a 1.2mm activation distance, I believe. So let's open up the keyboard and see what it looks like. Essentially, I'm hoping to do a quick comparison of a regular key press, a key press with these, and then a key press on the standard Black Widow Razer behind me, just so I can get a comparison of what I'm working with, and then we can kind of determine from there how this sounds. So let me just go ahead, set this up real quick, get an O-ring on a couple of the keys, and then we can do a quick sound comparison, and I'll do it over on the Yeti microphone so we have some better quality audio. Okay, so this is actually extremely difficult to do by hand. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get like the barrel of a pen to push this down. I don't know if you can see what's going on here exactly. Let me get this focused here. So essentially, what's going on is you have the O-ring on the, you know, the part that attaches to the keyboard. But to sit it down properly, I'm gonna see if I can get the barrel of a pen to really get it snug and down low on there. So, okay, so they should honestly sell these pens with those O-rings because it works perfectly. So this is a Papermate Ink Joy Gel. If you guys got any of these laying around the house, I recommend you use them. The barrel of the pen essentially fits right over the little center part of the key, and it slides those O-rings on really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple more on, at least my WASD keys, and then we'll do a quick sound comparison.
All right, what's up guys? So I've gone ahead and swapped it over to the webcam so you guys can hear me through the Yeti. Essentially what I'm gonna do is hold this the best I can. This is gonna be pretty janky. But I'm gonna go ahead and click all the different setups we have here. My mic is on all directional mode, so I'm going to swap it to cardioid mode, which is what you would have it in while streaming, so you can get a better idea of what it might sound like during stream. But just to get an idea on the key clicking audio, I'm going to go ahead and click all of the different setups we have here, which is the standard Black Widow with a green switch, the standard K95 with speed switches, and then the K95 speed switch with MGA O-rings. So let's get an idea of what they sound like. Here is the Black Widow. Okay, so that was the Black Widow over there. Now we're going to go ahead and try the K95. I've actually set up the camera this time. So this is the K95 without the O-ring. Really, really quiet. And now I'm going to go over to the keys where I've installed the O-rings, and let's get an idea. I haven't really messed around with these, so here we go. Okay guys, so I went ahead and played around with the keyboard a little bit more, and I've discovered something pretty important. So up to this point, the verdict was the switch from the green switches to the speed switches was really making the biggest difference. The greens just being really, really loud, and the speeds being much more quiet. I put the O-rings on my WASD keys, and it was about the same loudness. It wasn't much different. What I've discovered is that, and this is really important and good to know, is that these macro keys here, the textured keys, and not just the macros, but the textured keys themselves, these key tops here that I had on WASD are actually a lot louder getting pressed than the normal keys are. And I'll give you an example. So this is the macro key, or not just the macro, but these key tops with the texture getting pressed. And here's the normal key. So the inside of these, when you look, is actually a lot different. So I had never installed an O-ring on a normal key. I had just put the O-rings on the louder keys. Oh my gosh, guys. The difference here, listen to the O-ring now on a normal key. Normal key, no O-ring. Normal key, O-ring. So I think the verdict here is if you want a quick switch from, a pretty loud setup to something that's a lot quieter, go from your loud switches that you currently have to something like a speed switch or a red switch that's a lot quieter. If you really want to go to the next level, leave the standard keys on. Don't use the Corsair textured key tops. Don't use those. They're naturally louder. Keep the standard keys on and use the O-rings, and it's a lot quieter. Just to give you guys an example of what this sounds like in cardioid mode, which is what your mic is going to be in when you stream and record, we can just see the difference here. That's a green switch. This is a speed switch. And a speed switch with an O-ring. It's so quiet. So final verdict, 100%. The speed switches on the Corsair K95 are super quiet, really good keys, and if you want to go to the next level, buy yourself some MGA O-rings. I believe they're the green ones. I'm colorblind, but I believe those are green. You guys will have seen them before in the video. So I hope that helps. I hope this gives you guys some good insight. I think we can successfully say that this is definitely an extremely great setup for not only streaming because of how quiet it is, but also just performing well while gaming as well, just due to how short that keystroke is on the speed switches. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know what setups you guys are running, if you guys have a setup that works well for you while recording. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this didn't run too long. Many new DayZ videos on the way, so look forward to those. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Take it easy.